I'm going to turn you on the TV. That way I can kind of see myself and where the mostly use it just for the camera angle. The forger. Huh. That is a. I like sometimes YouTube when you pull it up on your main screen, it actually gives you some weird, random, obscure movie that you haven't seen before, which is actually pretty rare for me. But I kind of like um, when something new pops up, I can watch. So pretty cool. But I am going to just go to the channel. So give me a second. That way I can see what's going on the camera. Unfortunately, it doesn't always pop up with the lives. So chats, I mean, but it sometimes does. It's a good little remote holder. This job goes out later next week. Put the stuff back over here. I moved some stuff around. I had to reorganize some things. I had to find some things. A lot of stuff went out yesterday, like the top that we cut this kind of out of, and those are on the shorts. Just a like a piece together of all the stuff that we did. I might make this into a cutting board. I'll do it thinking a big fish or a white buffalo outline. So I don't know which one I'm going to do, but might make that into a cutting board. Have no idea yet. But I usually put them off to the side until I figure out what I want to do with them. So the other thing I was going to do today is remember where I put something. Is I'm going to cut some butcher block tops. So I'm going to join some butcher block together, just some maple butcher block. I got to stretch this lumber out, so I'm going to make a few cuts on it, and we're going to use the domino, and we're going to domino them together and glue them together. There's been paint on this. There's been all kinds of weird stuff going on with it. The sides are starting to kind of crack a little bit, so I'll try to kind of cut that off. I need, I think, 20 inches. Let me see if I can even make this work. I need 20 and 14. And then I need enough to actually add onto it a little bit. So if I do 20, oh, that's going to be not a whole lot. And I do 14. That leaves me with about, so that's 14. I'll sand this down later. And that leaves me roughly about 16. Let's see, this is 9, like 8 3/4. And I need 13. So we're got 1, 2, 3, 4 1/4-ish. So I need 4 1/4. Out of 8 3/4, which 16 would get me there on the one over here at 4 3/4. But I don't have enough to join that bottom. Now I do have extra blanks, and I might actually have a piece of maple in that butcher blocky kind of piece there. I have no idea where the butcher block samples are. It might be in the, oh, here they are. Hey, remember we said we don't know where that stair tread piece is? I found it.
It's always nice when you find it after the job is done.
Yeah. Well, we're going to throw that away. So, yay. All right. I got my butcher block stash. It's pretty walnut. We keep them a lot of times too, even if they're discontinued. Sometimes the manufacturers that we get these from, they'll actually change the spacing on them. So where you had this thin kind of bowling alley style, it's wider. So it goes from like a 3/4 to a about 1.125 inches or 1.25 inches. So it just depends on what's in stock through the suppliers a lot of times. This is Havea. I mean, I can put something like a Havea in that back piece, but I'm just trying to kind of use what we got. This is what is this? This is what's this other one called? Not Havea.
Is it acacia?
Acacia. I never remember that. Acacia.
It's not as popular. Most people.
Yeah,
think
it's not.
teak.
And then I got a piece of teak over there too. But teak and cherry, walnut, or butcher block look a lot alike. Sometimes you got to smell it. It smells like sugar. It's teak. If it smells like a tree, kind of almost like a bittery smell to me, it's walnut or cherry. Then we have another acacia. So I mean, by the different coloring of acacias, that's the same theoretic color of acacia. One yellows a little bit more. I think we did a clear coat on it. Some species actually change a lot of color, but I'm just talking about the grain size and the cut of the wood is completely different from manufacturer to manufacturer. You have about 1 1/8 inch block, then you have about a 3/4 block species side going down. So it just really depends on what actually the manufacturer is that supplies it. So I don't have any maple in here at all. I used my piece of oak scrap for something else. I think a spacer or something. I do have walnut. I had a big old chunk of walnut. Oh, here it is.
These are more items that you're using for your own space, correct?
Yeah, this is just I do have walnut.
This isn't a customer brand.
No, this isn't customer. Stuff. This is just something I'm gonna make.
It's only been a year since we talked about doing it.
Yeah, I don't really get. We're kind of in that a lull. Now we're still going out and doing jobs, and jobs are on in the mix, and we're waiting on materials to come in. We're waiting on other stuff. We have a few jobs kind of lingering in the shop, but we just got a bunch of jobs out recently. So it's kind of that we got a little window here, a little window there. We kind of carve them out too. Either we want to take them off or we just spend a little bit of time in the shop doing stuff, cleaning stuff. We have a big want to do list because we actually do like making stuff even for ourselves, but we need like 2 little drop zones area, one for the dogs and then one for and you've seen what they're doing. They're on the short. That's how they spend 99% of their time
in their own bed. That's not our bed.
Yeah, in their own bed. And I almost want to get a live speed camera and just put it on their bed because some guy has a hole that bees come out of and he has like tons of views. So maybe somebody wants to watch the dog sleep.
It's the River and Sky Show.
Yep. So that might be something we do in the future too. And sometimes we'll crawl on there and give them a hug, but other than that, that's their stinky bed. They can keep that one. It's a twin size bed, and they take all of it up. They don't. There's no room on anything for anybody.
And tomorrow we're going on a quote day.
Yeah, so we're going on a quote day tomorrow. And quote days are fun. Quote days are kind of like our day off. We'll go see some things in the middle. We might stop by a Rockler or Woodcraft. I got to go try to find a few bits to make a door, or we got to just have a bit made from hickory bit and tool or tool and bit or
yes,
something like that. It's where we get
Knife
our
and
bits
tool.
made. I can show you one that
Hickory knife and tool.
huh?
Hickory knife.
Hickory knife and tool. It's something like that.
They
So,
make
yeah,
custom bits.
we get custom bits made whenever we need something specifically for a door. We have a door that we utilize a lot, and it's a raised panel door. I can kind of show it to you. They made me this. I gotta get a better holder for it. So the only problem with getting custom bits, instead of buying them like this in a Amana, they actually have, and I was just right basically under the camera. They have stuff like this for the tongue and groove 1/4 inch. We can use this for shakers, or we can use this for tongue and groove flooring type things. But this is the way you get your custom bits. So they have this gel coat, kind of looks like the weapon from Crawl, but it's just like this. That's all it is. This is for a raised panel door. I'll show you the door style in a second here. I have a representation of it, however you say that word. But it's this door that we do. We do a lot of it because it's a different style of door. This one's just an old pine door, but it's kind of cool. It's a large, deep, kind of flat raised panel, and then you got just the round over there, and it goes to flat again. But people like it a lot. It's kind of hoity-toity, kind of classic looking, and then you can kind of change out whatever bit you want on this side. But we do a lot of those, especially for our higher end furniture. Some of the walnut pieces that we've done, we make our doors like that style. But yeah, so this I can use. I can use this for at least the small one. I think I'll just use walnut, 20 inches. So I can use this for, I might use them for both. Let me see. I got to go 13 and then 12. So I could I can use both, but I can actually maybe even rip a piece of maple off and do like a center maple or something like that to give it kind of like a little bit different effect. Put a piece of maple in here in the middle or something on both of them, like a stripe to kind of tie them all together. But I need a 20-inch piece out of one and a 14 out of the other. I could cut up that, what is that, 6? So I could do that. I could cut my 13 out of this, and then my extra, I could take my 6 inches. Yeah, I take my 6 inches out of here and just cut a little bit and put it on the back of my 14. And that would probably be okay too, instead of putting the inlay into this. That way I'm not chopping up 2 pieces. I'm only really chopping up 1. So I might just do that instead. We'll work with this, with the walnut instead. And who doesn't like working with walnut? Or show of hands. It ain't going to be on my hand. All right. So let's just do that. I don't got to do the cross cut for that. Now you can, if you're doing, I'll wheel you over here a little bit. Anybody on there? Hello, everybody's. I'm just kind of mumbling to myself and talking. Wheel you over. Let's see the action. You don't have to, if you're going 1.5 inches, you don't have to wheel it all the way up. You can just do 2 cuts if you want to. 2 cuts are sometimes better. This is a 5-horse, 12-inch saw blade, so it cuts really well. All right, we're going to do 13 inches. Still don't love the fence on my saw yet. I just haven't had time to research and get a better one. Super quiet, super good. I'm gonna cut it upside down. It's right on that line too, so that's kind of nice. I don't know if you can still hear me as I'm doing this, so. All right. We'll put that over there. We'll take this off. And there are some holes in here, so we'll have to fill them. I gotta take off this edge because I've rounded that off. Turn off the dust collector. Turn off the saw. And again, if I haven't said hello, I'm not really watching what's going on. She'll respond to you if there is somebody saying hello and stuff and being in here. And usually I don't 100% measure out. So if I'm measuring this out, I'm going, that is 11 and a half to cut this radius off and this panel off. That way I can glue onto here in the back. I mean, you could do that. You can do, 11 and a quarter. So you can eyeball it, or you can just take it in. It's a little bit less than 11 and a quarter. And that's what I got on here. So I'm just cutting this piece off, and then I'll glue it back on. And this is the difference of running it full or half or whatever. You can cut that half. This saw is fully capable of doing full. It's got to take it nice and slow and easy. That's all it is. I used to have my push stick, that way I can knock it free, push it away. Try not to get nowhere near the blade, obviously. Yeah, that's a nice clean cut. Bigger the blade, the bigger the more teeth, and the higher the horsepower. Means it doesn't burn as much. You don't get a whole lot of burnage. That's the technical term, by the way, is burnage. So it's a lot better. So you can cross cut this if you want. I am going to, what did I say, 14? I have my paper somewhere. I think it's over here. It is 14. Yeah, so it's 12-inch cabinets. We're doing 14. We're just going to do a 1-inch over. Not a big deal. So you can get a miter sled style thing if you want to push. So you could push this in on this side. And I got the throw on that. That's why I did those gullies there. And if you want to, you could push this through, kind of holding it together. You could clamp it down on this. That way you have square control over it as you push it. You can put it on the actual slider. What's up?
Just making sure that the stream was still live. Say hello, Lions.
Hello, Lions. How's it going?
He made a spoon earlier, just saying hello, nice setup.
A spoon? Is that an ice cream spoon, or what kind of spoon are we talking about?
Somebody make a wood spoon for ice cream?
Yeah. Or a honey spoon. They make those honey kind of...
The honey spoons, yes.
Honey spoon. Any kind of spoon you're using is
He's
a
in
good
the
spoon.
UK, so it's like 6:30 there.
Holy moly. Wait, 6:30 in the morning or 6:30 in the afternoon?
You
Or
got to be joking, right?
I don't know anymore. You
The
want me to do
other
math
way.
and time zones?
Where's the UK, dude?
It's on the other side of the world.
direction. So if was it 7 p.m. in New York then?
So which ways the Earth rotate? Clockwise or counterclockwise?
And apparently, according to you, it's counterclockwise.
I don't know. Does anybody really know?
It's p.m.
Are you
Goodness.
Are you a day in the future or a day in the past? We don't really know.
He's in his present. He's not in either.
I'm not judging. Yeah, I don't really do that. I just freehand it. When you get too much stuff to me involved, that's when something can go wrong too sometimes. And anything can go wrong at any given time, but try not to poke the bear. So I usually stand off to the side and push stuff. But if I'm trying to get more control over a cut, I will stand on this side and use both hands. One, to steady it. That way I have full control going across it, and to push at a nice even feed rate. Again, I could set up the cross, or I do have like an integral cross cut. I could use that too, but I'm not. All right, so what is this? Is 11 1/4, right? So all we need to breathe 13 is 1 3/4. So I can do that on the miter saw. I would need 3 of these to cut to make up. See, that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to probably cut them there. That's 3 1/2, 13 1/2. I could cut them down a little bit. I can come down to 13. Just like I'm doing the other one. It's actually a little bit longer. It's 13 16ths. 1 13 16ths. 1 13 16ths. I'll put that in my pocket. I've got sawdust all over me. Probably do, because this one was just laying up against the ground. I do got some splitting in it. It's just going to be as a drop zone and stuff, so I'm not really too worried about it. And then I got a little coaster left over. Wait till it comes to a. It's like a Disney ride. Wait till it comes to a full and complete stop, y'all. You could hit it, but I don't really want to. You can stand over here because of that. It's thin. It doesn't have enough mass. All you need is that blade to grab it just out of thin air, and it'll pop you in your old noodle. So definitely, if you're gonna grab something away, if you can't resist the urge, grab a piece of wood and pull it. That's just a recommendation. Um, I won't throw this away. You can make a push stick out of this. You can make all kinds of little things out of here. Um, that's a solid piece of walnut from here to here where the splining is. So that's definitely usable for something. You never throw away walnut. That's really two or three good knife grips. I mean, if you depends on how big your knife is. If you do one, two, that's one, and then at least two or one good knife handle to make out of. So never know. Anybody say anything?
He was just talking about this weekend. I asked if he had any plans for the weekends. Hey, Don.
Hello, Don.
We have your stuff up on the community page.
Yeah, I like that. I like that duck. That duck is beautiful. Bob would actually love that duck.
He doesn't know who Bob is.
Bob is in the Florida shop. Bob is a big duck hunter. Loves nature. Loves like the what's the painter that used to paint all the Autobahn stuff.
You have to ask me that.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, he loves all the Autobahn prints and stuff like that. We had a bunch of those years and years ago in the house.
I think we liked or featured the one he was talking about if you go on the community page. Yeah, she's not allowed to scrap walnut. It's my favorite wood. So even if you can't hear me, because you can't hear me.
But anyway, if you're listening, hi, Bob. Hi, Bob.
We've carried a piece of walnut we bought from
Woodworking
in Clearwater.
I mean, that's a good little coaster. That's a good little inlay. That's a good little block of walnut. Again, we don't usually throw stuff away, especially if it's walnut. Even like this little piece I'm going to keep off of here. Again, if you have that much left over, that's something you can make out of it. So that is ready to be kind of put together. I can just glue those, or I can domino them together. I'll probably, I don't know. I gotta think about that. I mean, I have the domino, and it's readily available. Should I use the domino, y'all? Let me know in the comments. You'll give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if I should just glue it. Thumbs down. If I should use the cordless domino on it, thumbs up. I don't mind either way. I'll do whatever. Are we having a big duck debate?
He was asking which specific duck. But I think I put the one that you like the most on the community page. I'd have to check.
What was that?
Don was asking which duck you like the most.
Oh gosh, I don't know. There was one you had. It was almost like a brown mallard looking. It was a dark feathered top. It was pretty cool looking.
To find the pictures I sent you this morning.
Yeah, I don't know. I know you had an American eagle head, which was really, really cool. Now, do you carve just the eagle head? Yeah, black face with like a Nike swoosh by the bill. That's a really pretty bird. I don't know if is that painted or is that burned. That would be the question. But yeah, so do you make the rest of the eagle, or you just make the eagle heads and you kind of piece them together? I love wood carving and making stuff like that. There's a sculptor.
What are you working on with the walnut? You're kind of doing a Frankenstein thing today too.
Yeah, just kind of doing a Frankenstein. I'm making 2 drop zones. I'll wheel you all over. I just have extra cabinets everywhere left over from jobs and things that either customers changed or we changed or wouldn't fit. That's a base 18. That is a 18 upper 36-inch. I'm going to do a base on it and a base on this one, and then that's what that's a 12, so the 14 top will go on that. That's an 18, so the 20-inch top will go on that. And it's just, we need a drop zone, a couple drop zones, and a dog drop zone for the house. So again, we just had, this is like our off day. We kind of finished up all our stuff for the week. So, and we didn't have to use, usually when we're doing jobs out in the field, the girls will do an extra work day in just in case we run into problems and I have to go out to do a field modification or finish a job. And the jobs that definitely on live. Now we got to be in the shop next week. We're probably going to be live Sunday all day because we got to start on a stair project. So we'll be sanding and doing stairs, and throughout the week and even the weekend we're going to be in the shop doing stuff. But we'll have people in here working along with us, and you can kind of see the personalities and the funness that we have. So this is kind of our just our whatever day. I'm going to work on a few other projects, but I'm just trying to get these done and glued up if I had to glue them up. This just needs to be sanded. There is a crack. Oh, not crack. A D-lam kind of going a little bit here and here. So I might try to blow in some of this thin hide stuff. It's a little bit thinner, but I gotta get the air compressor kind of over here, and then I'll squeeze in a little bit of that glue and see if I can't blow it in, and then put a clamp on it. There's a little bit of D-lam there too. I opened up. I can put filler in there. That was a void in the actual butcher block that I pretty much opened up. But I think this might be a little bit longer than what I wanted. No, it's right at 13. So gives me an inch overhang on the cabinet itself, which basically just cover the doors. But yeah, I'm gonna get that going in the mix. Domino, yay or nay? Anybody?
I'm not sure.
Nobody answered. We're talking about ducks.
We're talking about ducks. Next we'll be talking about food.
Oh, food. Have you ever had I know they're wooden, but you ever had duck bacon? It's amazing. Duck bacon is really good if you can find a breakfast place that has it.
We've only been to one.
What was that? Minnie's? No, it wasn't Minnie's.
It's in Wesley Chapel, Florida, and it's a mom and pop place.
You'd have to look it up on your phone and kind of see where it is exactly. I don't remember what it was. It was super good. It might come to me later.
We'd never had it before.
Ooh, that's pretty. I'm going to put that side out because it's prettier than this side. This will be the side I glue together. That's a good match. So usually if I'm trying to find, let me get you over here. If I'm trying to get a match together on something and I'm piecing something, because I stretch wood all the time. I am the king of wood stretching, y'all. I'll take my square and I'll put it down. Usually I'll go like this on the bigger part, and then you can clamp it. Not give you a full frontal into my face. But I'll clamp it down. That way it doesn't move. And if I had this table all the way out, I would do that. But you don't have to. It's not necessary. And then I just push it against the square. See, and that gives me a good start point to it. Can't really do that. So anyway, that gives me a good 0. So then I can just take this and I can mark. This is a white pen. This is like those Sharpies though that I have. They're the long tip. Let me get a paper towel and wipe that off. It has a bunch of residue on it. Here I go again, going into my
Was
paper
it
towel budget.
Brunchies?
What?
Brunchies? This is it right here.
Yeah, Brunchies. That was
It's in
it.
Lutz.
Lutz. Lutz. Lutz.
For heaven forbid, don't call it Lutz.
Tomato,
The
tomato.
entire town will let you know.
Yeah, I'm not a real big stickler on correcting people, correcting their grammar, correcting your last name, correcting your whatever. People, I've met people from all the place. I'm really guilty of it. Oh my gosh, I just broke my tip. I pulled too hard on it. That was really weird. Let's see if that works, because that was not in the brochure, guys. Yeah, that slides out too. That's really weird. Never really experienced that before. Never pulled on it that hard, but I was trying to clean it off and it kind of came apart on me. It's got all over my hands. It's almost like white out, but it's not really white out. What's up? Hello's everybody. What's up, not so?
He said, oh, okay. Not the tip, just the tip.
Yeah, that sucked.
Did you just break it?
I don't know.
Awesome.
If not, I'll just super glue it back together and it'll never know. I think I'm just going to dib a little bit of super glue on it too. That way it doesn't know after I get done with making my marks. So anyway, good reference point if you're trying to put some dominoes or dados, or not dados. What's the word I'm looking for? Dowels. Dowels. If you're trying to put dowels in, definitely you can do that. I'm just trying to match up kind of the coloring of it all and see if I can get it to look at least okay. I think that's all right. It's a little different, but again, it's butcher block. It's just not going to a customer's house. And even if it was, I wouldn't really mind that much. I would just do it anyway because butcher block is butcher block. And then you can just do this. And you can even put one here if you want to. And then do like 1, 1, 1, 1, and then 2, 2, 2. That's all you really got to do. It's not that hard. It's pretty simple. That way you got all your numbering done. We do the same thing on face frames and everything like that. But these lines will tell me where I'm putting my dominoes. This will be the cutoff side, and hopefully you guys can see all that. If not, I'll kind of bring you in for a close up. So I put the square against the body of what I'm doing. That way I don't have to keep holding it or anything like that. And I kind of hold the square. And then I lay out my dominoes and I just put a bunch of 1s around an area, a bunch of 2s around an area. That way it's telling me what joints go together. And I can get the domino out and domino all this fun stuff. So this piece doesn't need it. It just needs a little bit of glue. And we'll kind of go from there. All right, now that I'm done with all of that fun, I'm going to get my import super glue out. Put a little dabble do ya on the tip here. That way it kind of locks that in place because, yeah, I don't know what happened. And then somewhere over here I have activator. I have a lot of activator. I even have the activator for the stone industry super glue, which was kind of cool because this stuff actually this is for I can't remember, I think it is the Quick brand. Oops, sorry, it's way down there, right? This is like the Quick brand. I don't have a whole lot of it in stock. I just get the extra super glue. But the activator is something that you can kind of do, and I'll go off on a tangent real quick if you want me to, y'all. It's kind of a cool thing. Hopefully that tip recovers from that. I gotta clean that tip off of my super glue. But is this it? That's it. So I have a bunch of it left over for my grant. Let me take my shoes off. Hang on. Not my shoes off. My shoes that are on my paint shoes. So This stuff is for stone, but this is a non-turning. This is for use of super glues that it won't turn it yellows. So if you're using a super glue on a light stone or a light wood, it doesn't yellow like some super glue applicator accelerators will. So some of these will actually turn it like a blue color or like a tingy kind of other color. And then also too, which is kind of cool. Here it is right here. So this is the. Let me see if I can get you in there. It doesn't really. You can buy these kits that are pretty good. Non-hot or hot tips, but these are just actual tips. And there's the actual brand. But these are replacement tips that you can buy for your super glue, which is awesome. But they come in like a variety of stuff. I believe one's thin to middle to thick. Then you have an applicator. So super cool stuff. But in this industry, you need a lot of different kind of glues and accelerators and all kinds of fun stuff. So I usually keep one out or something like that. A lot of this stuff is granite related, but you can use it on wood. I haven't ordered me any more of those lately, and I need to get some more. Those are better super glues than most of this stuff has in the industry. All right, so we're just going to fill the cracks in that one. I'll fill the cracks and blow those out. This one I don't really think needs it as much as that one does. All right, you can talk for a little bit. I'm going to set up my domino.
The problem is I don't even know what he's saying because we have the fan going to keep the shop cool while we wait for the
there it is.
actual AC unit to put in here. So I can't hear what he's saying and he can't hear what I'm saying. But if anybody has a topic they want to talk about or just say hello if you're new to the chat, we are going to do this short.
This is the cordless domino. I'm not going to put it on the back.
And Harry talks over me anyway.
I am.
That's typical.
Going to change the height because I am going through butcher block.
I think
so
he forgets
I can go
he has
bigger.
his mic on even though he talks. Tells him to talk.
Yeah, we'll do. And we'll do one more. How about we do?
Or he's talking to himself, which is kind of interesting because most woodworkers do talk to themselves. So now at least it's being recorded, so that way I can
some fives in here. I just have out of my kit. That way I can not have to worry about it. These are on. This is on the middle sloppy section. You don't have to do them really tight. I have it on 20 now. I'm going to change it up to 10. Or
you're going to go with the domino?
Yep, 15. I believe these are 30s. These are 30s. Yep, the domino. If you know, you know. All right, guys. That's all I do usually. I blow it out. That way I get all the crud out of it. You don't really need dust collection on them. They're not like super heavy duty stuff. Um, make some nice sawdust though. Favorite kind of sawdust is walnut sawdust. You just loosen up, put your guard back, and then shove it back in the hole. Whichever way is the right way. Let's see, it's
We used to
that
get
was right.
plywood
This
from the
goes
flight simulators that they would
this
send
way.
to the Orlando airport. We would dismantle once
Alright,
they
there we
got
go.
the simulator out.
Then I'll keep
We
these
would-
out. Push that off
You
to
were
the
allowed
side.
to take apart what they would put the simulator in and use all the
All
plywood.
right.
I mean, a lot of plywood.
If I haven't said hello to you in chat, hello. I've been using the domino. Remember, shake your holes out. Even get the air compressor and blow them out really good if you think about it. At least go like that. That way you're not fighting this thing or not. Usually what I'll do too is I'll deploy the old scraper because sometimes you'll have a little bit of kickback, kind of just it pushes a little bit like a crusty corner type thing around your mouth of that cut. You can just go like that and clean it up. You can take a card scraper and scrape it. You can sand it if you want to. You just don't want to go too much and too crazy on them. That is a new blade. There you go. See, you can see a little bit. You don't want to glue that up. So you see that? Just that little bit. Just take it off. Just run your knife, run your pocket knife, run your nice handy duty woodworking pocket knife over top of it. And now these two holes I can see daylight through, but they're not in the way because it's just bigger. So right in here, they're touching. Not a big deal. I'll usually clean off all my stuff. That way when they go together, there's not a really big chunk of wood kind of holding them up. Then we can glue stuff up and clamp it down, or you can just tack nail it together. I'm gonna nail this sucker together. How about that? How about we just do that and see what the outcome is together? That way I ain't got to do a whole lot to it. I'm just gonna use my 23 gauge nail gun with the 1-inch nails. 1-inch nails would go about, this is a 1.5 inch board, so we're not going to go through the back. Just put a little bit of filler on it. I have walnut filler. This might be black. That's walnut. See, I got walnut filler. Just use that. So you could either use your, that dries a little dark too. I usually have somewhere in here in my stuffs some dark Type Bond, which I don't know where it is right now. I think it's somewhere in the shop. Somewhere in the shop is my Type Bond dark. It might be in a bucket somewhere too. Maybe I took it out to a job. You know what? I probably took it out to that walnut fireplace mantle we did
Are you looking for something again?
a few weeks back. Yeah, my walnut or dark Type Bond 3 glue or Type Bond 2 glue.
It's probably in a bucket.
I don't know. I got one, but I wrote 3 on it, so I don't think that is my glue. And again, I don't know. We use it up so quick in here that you never know if you got enough glue or not. We got a lot of 3, Type Bond 3. You see it in the background over there. It's next to that Thick and Quick stuff. But I don't think I have any of the other stuff. So we're not going to use it. Again, this is just a small little table. So it's not going to be like super stressed, super anything. I just need it to kind of work. So we're just going to use this. We're just going to use this hide glue. How about that? That should be fine. I don't use it that much anyway. Throw some dominoes over here. This is the one we're going to use for here. And all I do, I tip it up. I'm going to apply all my glue. And this is almost like a, oh gosh, what is it called? Kind of like the Gorilla Glue stuff. I don't remember what it's called. It's not a vinyl, not a polyacrylic. Let me know in the comments what this glue is actually like. But it's like the I've seen people use it before on the wood forums and stuff like that, and the wood channels. It is like Gorilla Glue, but I don't know.
So you didn't find the walnut glue?
Nah, I don't mind. We're just gonna keep it on. So that's all we're gonna do.
Well, the difference is this is for your house.
Yeah, and again, I can fix it, or I can change it, or I can kind of do whatever with it I need to do. So we're just going to kind of shove that down there. And I got glue in all the orifices. I need my hammer. I'm going to grab my walnut hammer. I like using walnut on a walnut. That way it doesn't get lonely. But we'll kind of tap it down and put it in place there. I'm just going to push it there type thing. And then we'll get a clamp on it. And I'm just going to shoot it with...
Not so Type Bond. This is go-to.
I love Type Bond. I don't know. People use Elmer's and people use stuff like that, or specialty glues. Here's the thing. I can find that in almost any location. At least to get me by if I'm used to the setup. I'm used to this glue. I'm actually not used to that much. But doing this to kind of you all can see it too. I need some paper towel. That way,
it's kind of the enemy, you know.
Squeeze out. So yeah, I'm just trying to get it tight enough to where I don't have to run it back over the saw again. I'd rather it be a little positive. I can sand it off versus negative because I got plenty over here. So I just want to make sure it's like that. And then all we do to lock it in is you know where your dominoes are because you already have your marks. And you can hit it, push it down, make sure you're good. And that locks it all together. So you're kind of done. I mean, you don't really need to clamp it together anymore unless you really want to until the end. You can clamp it down at the end, but it cleans it off real good. All right, more paper towel.
Good thing we have a paper towel budget too.
She's gonna kill me, y'all. She's gonna kill me. So I got that side glued. I'll put a little bit of glue on this side. Again, I don't need a whole lot. I'm not trying to appease the wood gods here. This is not what I'm trying to do. So I will do that. And sometimes you'll realize that, oh gosh, see, I didn't knock that out. Now I got dust all in my glue. So that was a no-no, but it doesn't matter. It's like salt in the wound, right? It'll fix
You used to have a lot of jobs. They're talking about kind of the hurry up and wait process of any kind of job, but you either have to deal with government red tape, you have to deal with like scheduling things, but kind of like you pay travel, kind of sit around, and then you get to work.
Yeah. I used to get paid. It was awesome. I used to get paid on holidays and stuff like that to go babysit breaker panels in like the UPS shipping facilities. That way, you would sit your chair down, put your feet against the motor starters, and then if it tripped and woke you up, you would just basically wake up, reset it. And that way they can run the UPS shipping facilities on the weekends. Put on the nail gun, man. This is the harder part when you got to kind of fit these in. Sometimes you got to use some ingenuity. Sometimes you don't even get them in. Sometimes if they're really tight spaces, they're kind of harder. But there, boom, there you go. Take your handy dandy little knife, little helper, little assistant there, and you just tap it in. That's all you got to do, because you're just. I got it. I got the wet one. Just throw it there. Thank you. So that's all you got to do, and then you just pop it down, push it in, nail it in. We'll put some clamps on this, just like I did the other one. I can lay it flat because I can wipe it off too, but I'll lay it flat real quick and pop these nails in it. That way.
Are you making those as two separate countertops? Or are
yep,
you put
two separate. One for the entrance and one for the kitchen entrance. One's going to be a dog junk area, and the other one's going to be another zone. Like I said, I'll fill this all in with filler. That way, it's not a real big deal. And when I sand it out, you won't really see it that much. It's not like it's going to be that big of a deal, even remotely. This time I'm gonna knock out my stuff here. Anybody else say anything fun, exciting? Learn anything fun? Like watching me work?
I think that's what we're all doing, isn't it?
Exactly. I like working. It don't bother me. This is my hobby too. So when you got to work at your hobby, it's not very hard. And some people like that, and some people drive crazy, and some people won't want to do their hobby anymore.
You were asked a long time ago if you wanted to do like cooking as like a career, but you'd rather still enjoy that part of it.
Yeah. There you go. See, that's all you got to do. Those are hard. Those are double-sided joints type thing to get that domino in. You just take your handy-dandy little knife, hit it just tap it. Just tap it twice. Right on the spine. It all goes in. Easy peasy. Problem with that glue is it gets sticky. Like, it's almost like playing with honey. Very weird. All right, so I didn't do before. They didn't hit these on the connectors. And you try not to hit your nail gun tip in the honey glue.
Don's saying I'm heading to Louisiana Sunday. Need to pick up some. Is it Tupelo? I need my glasses on. Tupelo gumwood. Tupelo gumwood.
What is it?
Here, come here and look.
Something gumwood.
I need my glasses at this point.
I don't know what that is.
Is it Tupelo? Maybe you need to phonetically spell it. But, so do you get that there? Is that local? So what's wild about wood is that walnut is local up in the Carolinas. So you could buy it here.
Cheaper. A lot cheaper.
Way cheaper.
Like $4 or $5 a board foot cheaper.
And then drive it to St. Pete and sell it for 2-3 times as much.
So if you buy walnut for anywhere in the country for like 12 or 14, some of it's like $18 a board foot in some parts.
We like to died one day that we were driving by. Walnut had fell, and this was when we were first coming up here a long time ago. And we were at a KOA in Swannanoa, and they were just burning walnut wood like it was garbage.
Yeah.
To burn, and we like had a heart attack.
And it was beautiful, dark.
Old walnut.
Yeah, it freaked me out. I almost needed therapy after that. But yeah, what's kind of cool too is, and people don't really understand, is ground geological kind of stuff will change the coloring of wood. Like the red clays up here make woods a little bit different color because that's where the nutrients and all the stuff comes in at.
It's just like the cypress in Florida.
Yeah, the cypress where the dark kind of that stuff's sticky. I don't like that stuff that much, but it dries dark too. So I try to wash my hands off a little bit. Yeah, I don't like that glue that much. It feels icky. Let me find my dark glue. I just playing with it. Like I said, it's not a real big deal. I got some here. So then what I'll do is, I know this one's kind of drying and everything. I'll just I'll kind of come back and fill all the stuff in it because I know it's drying, and if it's drying, I might as well just let it fill too. So this is the only thing I hate. You got to stick a screw in these things to get them opened up half the time. They should make these to where the actual top comes off. Who doesn't like that, right? But when the top comes off, you could actually, almost like a super glue or like a regular glue, you can kind of clean it out a lot better. Them not making this to where these, when they have this molded head in there, they should make it to where this piece, the actual nozzle, comes off and you can clean it out easier. That would be nice. I would like that. If the filler companies would do that, it would be great, because that thing clogs up all the time. And all you do is just hit it in there a little bit. I mean, you can use epoxy, you can use acrylics, you can use almost anything. This stuff's not bad though. This is this Minwax. You can use wax pens. We have some dark putties. And sometimes before I finish it, sometimes I'll run the dark putty over it because it almost acts like a stain. But on some of these things, you just want to get in there and get some body in the... This sucks. This is in the air and it does this. Sometimes in the truck it does this, but this is in the air. I got another tube of this somewhere.
Is the Tupelo as easy to cut as the balsa?
There we go.
That's light.
This will give you black finger too, by the way. So you got to wash it off pretty good. Then you go out to eat and people are disgusted by you that you got black finger. Anyway, you can smear it all in. You can get all your cracks done. You can go through and hit any other cracks or any imperfections you have. There's a line across this for something. I don't even know what that was. But again, this is just going to be a little entrance way kind of top. I'll sand it down. I'll run the router bit over it. And this will have shrinkage. It will shrink up a little bit on you, this filler. So make sure on the crevice, on the any part you're trying to fill, is kind of covered. But then we'll build the base for those two while we're waiting on some of this to dry. This will be cut. So I'll hit this, and I'll hit this side over here too. Because this will be exposed a little bit, not much. If you're in here and I haven't said hello to you, hello. I'm just kind of working on stuff. Feel free to make a comment. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Give us some hearts or some thumbs up or some kind of weird emojis that are on the left hand or right hand side. We appreciate it. Trying to build the channel. Have you guys have more content. Try to get more tools. That way it's funner. See some really neat stuff. Eventually we'll get a lathe in here. I'd like to do some turning projects. But that's good. And then that's all the company does too. They just go through when this stuff comes out and they just fill them also. So there you go. That's what is that? Idaho? Nebraska? What state is that? That's a state, isn't it?
It's more like you're embarrassing.
I'm an airhead sometimes. Hey, if you don't have fun while you're doing something, just go home, right?
Sure.
Just go home. I'll just put that off to the side to dry. Yeah, I'm not even going to worry about the stabilization of these. I'm just going to fill them. Like I said, this isn't going to be high impact. It'll be screwed down to the cabinet anyway. I'm just going to fill the joints. That way I can sand them. And all it is a little bit of splitting delamination, because this was in the truck for a while. This was a Florida job, I think. There's a short on it. It was a custom closet we did. Was it 2 custom closets we did the walnut with? Jess, come over here.
What was that?
From this was 2 custom closets that we did. This is the leftover from 2, right?
The walnut?
Yeah.
Yes.
Lisa's
2 custom closets
Lisa's
in
and
Florida.
Priscilla's. Yep.
I think there's a short on one of them.
They're short on both of them.
That was almost hard because that was supposed to be my walnut countertop.
Yeah.
I get the leftovers, as always. Hey,
Got
old
me.
mates, welcome. Do you just get that all over yourself?
Kinda. Give me a wet paper towel, please. To wipe my face off it. Just spooged all over me. That was not fun.
It's good stuff. I went to college.
You never know.
Paper towel retriever.
And you never know what word I'm going to use either, by the way, guys and girls.
Say hello.
Hello. Hello, hello. So we had somebody from Europe, you said, right? Which is in the past or in the future. Anybody else from a different country out there? Yeah, a second. Wipe my face off.
Did you get it all over your face too?
Yeah, it kind of just like exploded. It's
You want some dry paper
bouncing
towel?
all over me. It didn't even buy me dinner first.
So you're just joining us. We're kind of doing some miscellaneous projects. A lot of these are things that we have not gotten to in our own home. Drop zones for our stuff, for all the dog stuff. A couple of small projects that we're going to be doing.
Yeah, this is our kind of our down day. We did such a great job during the week where we didn't have to go over to our overflow extra oh crap day. So this is our oh crap day out in the field. If we wouldn't have finished something, we would be out in the field finishing it right now. So we did it all perfect. It was perfect. So
Sure.
we get to come in and hang out.
No, we get to come in and do projects that have been on hold for a year
Year,
and a half.
something like that.
Tomorrow we'll be out in the field doing quotes. We're actually going to go live a few times for that, just to kind of, if you want to be coming along. Tomorrow we're doing the short that will be open for a week. It's like a wood mallet giveaway. It's just an appreciation for everyone who, when we reach 500 subscribers. And then Sunday,
Thanks for coming along for the journey.
Yeah,
Hope you enjoy it.
Sunday, we're going to be doing in-shop live. We have a couple of our people here, 1 or 2. while we're working on some projects just to get started in the week. So we've been going.
And you'll get to see Heidi. Heidi's a hoot.
But we'll have some people here and we'll be working on that as well. So if you're coming on now, that's what we've been doing. We have a couple small wrap-ups, but that's it. And then huge projects for the next few weeks.
Again, if this was for a customer, probably would not be using just the Minwax walnut filler. This stuff is filled with a generic filler anyway. This stuff is actually better. On some of the oak walnut that we've gotten from other places, they just felt like almost like a pink filler. I would rather, if they filled it, just use a black. If they use black overall, that way it kind of blended in almost like black acrylic, it'd be a lot better. But from the manufacturers, and a lot of them aren't built in the US. A lot of people buy the scraps of cabinet companies and stuff like that and then build the butcher blocks type mills and things like that, the cutoffs. But yeah, I wish they would fill them with something better. This usually turns out, and the walnut from the manufacturer turns out chalky, and then the like I said, the oak is like just beet red, pink. I saw an opening. Where did I see that opening at? So this is a lot better than some of it is. Filled this one. This one's done. I can set this off to the side and keep going. That usually dries in 3 to 15 hours. It just depends. I'll wipe my handy dandy screw off, because this is the screw I usually use to get the crud out of the piece itself of the actual thing, because they're these cabinet screws. These cabinet screws are great. I think they're fast cap cabinet screws. You can buy them online. You can buy them at some of your major stores. They're pretty good. They have nice bite and retention. I'm not sponsored by them, but what they do is, my hands are dirty. I got that black finger. But they make stickers that go on the head of this. So once you drill it in, there's all kinds of stuff. But yeah, these are like, I think, fast cap. Look those up. Those are really cool screws. They have good retention power. They make it great because you can put those, you can drill them up into the actual cabinet base or inside where you have the finished UV2 coating on the inside of the cabinet, and then they have stickers that kind of match, and you don't really, I mean, you see a little bit of a something or other, but they turn out looking really good. And again, I'm just kind of talking and working. I'm not really watching chat. She is commenting on all what y'all say and are wanting to talk about. She'll bring up or just kind of answer you if you got generalized questions. We're in the shop today. This is our down day. We're trying to get some projects done. We have a day of quotes tomorrow, if you weren't listening or didn't log in until then. And we're going to be filming some tomorrow. We just put a bunch of shorts up on what we did the last 2 days or day. I don't remember. Time is irrelevant at this point. I don't really pay much attention to it, really. I'm one of those people that I just go to work and come home, and when I get a day off, we either enjoy it or we sleep. So it doesn't really matter to us what day it is, really. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, but we usually go out way more in the fall and winter months.
Yeah, we'll go walk around towns. We'll go to fairs. We'll go to hiking.
St. Augustine around Christmas
time. In Florida, yeah, that's the only time in Florida you can actually go out and enjoy yourself is during the cold snaps. But yeah, you definitely we don't go out in the summer in Florida, and that's why we're up here more times than we are down there, because we just don't enjoy the weather down there. It's very hard on both of us, so we enjoy it a lot more up here when it's in the 99 to 1,000 degrees. Down there, it's usually in the upper 80s to low 90s, and if it hits 100, it's still not as bad in the shade. The problem with some of your hotter states and some of your humid and extreme south states are what people don't understand is everything heats up. So throughout the day, the sand's heating up, the trees are heating up, the blocks heating up, the asphalt's heating up, your house is heating up, your yard's heating up. And then when the sun goes down, all of that heat just permeates off of everything else, and it never feels like it gets cool. It says, oh, it's 78 degrees at night. No, it still feels like 99 degrees at night. So it's not enjoyable. I don't know how people enjoy it, but some people do. Not for us, not for me. I'm very opinionated. Oh, Don. I lied. I look at chat a little bit as I walk by it. It's on the phone, so I can't help it. Yeah, hope everybody, if you see somebody's name that pops up, and also too, like I do when I'm in chats, if somebody says something funny or interesting, I'll usually, click on their little icon and see if they have a YouTube, and then I'll check out a few of their shorts or intros or something like that. And 9 out of 10 times, I just hit subscribe. Subscribe to all the little stations to help them really push through that time. Oh yeah, it gets hot in Clearwater. Oh my gosh. But you do have the nice cross breeze, and you do have a little bit windier of an area coming into the bay, so it's nice. If you ever go to the Columbian, sit outside, it's usually pretty cool. You see some dolphins out there.
Yeah, but we get asked a lot growing up there, Orlando or Tampa, and I would say Tampa every day of the week.
Tampa region,
the greater Tampa region.
Clearwater, Dunedin, Safety Harbor, even down to
Palm
Sarasota.
Harbor.
Yeah, even down to Sarasota and stuff like that. We really like that area.
That area, and the Florida should be known for its waterways, not just for Disney World. Not that there's anything wrong with Disney World, just that not everything.
No, I was watching a guy live
Florida.
streaming, walking. I can't remember his name. Something theme park. I subscribed to him earlier in the morning while we were doing some quote write-ups before we got in the shop. But he was just at Disney super early in the morning walking around. I think he rode Big Thunder. They changed Splash Mountain to something else. And then they also are changing Tom Sawyer's Island, which was super cool. Had caves in it, had barrel bridges, had an old fort on it, had a bunch of neat stuff. They're changing that to some kind of new cartoon or something like that.
And I know Disney's always changing for each person's childhood, but like that was like for us.
Nice.
When Under the Seas became Finding Nemo. It was almost like what was it? Not Finding Nemo. It's close though.
It was Finding Nemo, but it was The Living Seas.
Living Seas.
When the Living Seas became Nemo, that was heartbreaking.
Everyone just fall over and
that wasn't fun. But yeah,
well, that's not a long commute from Palm Harbor to Dunedin.
No, and Dunedin's great. It's got a lot of cool little shops.
Love Dunedin.
Yeah,
I don't know what the name of that place is.
It's kind of like a mini cheesecake factory downtown. I don't remember. It's a mom and pop place, but
by the park, by the walk.
Right on the walk path. But it has like a million things.
Plus amazing desserts.
Yeah, amazing. Oh yeah, their key lime pie and cheesecakes are awesome. I don't remember what that restaurant's called.
Right there on the corner of Main Street, though.
Yeah, it's Main Street and the walk path. If you know what it is, Dawn, put a shout out to them. They're amazing. If you're ever down in Florida, but live in Palm Harbor. Yeah, we got you. Definitely, it is.
We're talking about Dunedin
cool over
Eatery,
there.
though.
Yeah, if you ever get down to downtown, that's right on the Main Street and walk path.
The same area that they do the movie nights, as it gets, according to them,
Yep.
cooler.
Halloween is really cool down there. All this. It's like the old malls used to be in the 80s and
downtown
90s.
Dunedin.
Yeah.
Where the bike path is on that main strip. It sits on the corner. It has indoor and outdoor seating.
Yep. And there's a bike shop, I think, behind it. And
someplace that does like Salt Life clothing and stuff like that.
Sells like Dunedin clothes, and it's pretty cool. We like all the local shops down there in the local restaurant. There's a seafood. If you go out of downtown, it's like a Cajun-y kind of seafood restaurant. Right before hitting the marina on the left there. That's a pretty good restaurant too that we like. We've ate there.
I think one place that's underrated is Calabasas Island or Honeymoon Island. It's underrated. It should be much more popular.
There are some restaurants out there. We haven't been to too many of them, but that area is beautiful. If you ever go out, if you ever want just a nice Florida experience, go out to what she just said, Honeymoon Island and stuff like that. It's a state park. You can walk out in the bay. It's got a nice little bay peninsula thing going on. It's beautiful. All right.
I don't know if it's Main Street is the name of the street, but it's on the main strip where you are all the main part of Dunedin is. It was closed down after Helene for 1 billion years. You are on the bike path or the walk path. It goes straight by it.
You there now?
He was saying he goes to the street fairs. We've been through those a couple times.
Yeah.
They do a lot of arts and crafts.
See if I can get that. That's something. I don't know what that is. All right, this has got shop smut all over it. Just trying to get some of it off that way I don't get all dirty.
So I'd have to look at a map, but if Alt 19 goes to Tarpon, no, it is off of Alt 19. You turn right.
Yeah, it has that weird kind of funky. If you're following 19 around,
you turn right.
It has that weird kind of jog into downtown into it. The restaurant? Give me your phone. I can maybe look at your phone. I know where it is. So we're gonna. Let me see. Just hand me your phone. I'll go over by the camera and look up where. Unlock it because I don't know what you're.
I've told you 1,000 times, but you would never remember it.
Nope, never do. Never do. All right, let's see if I can go there. Let's see. Let's take a stroll down to Florida. Going to the Tampa region. There's Safety Harbor. There's Dunedin. All right, now we're getting there. All right, let me.
Did you find it?
Not yet. So as you're going down Alt 19, it's right by the coast. It's really cool, pretty too. It's a beautiful drive. It's where it jogs into downtown, and you see that kind of jog. Then you continue going north and south on it. I think it's Edgewater Lane. It's if you jump out, it is.
No, it's not.
I believe Alt 19. Sometimes it doesn't say. I wish they actually gave the roads better. This is Edgewater Road. That restaurant is
Frenchie's.
What is it?
No, that's not it either. Darn it.
Somebody guess it?
Is it Frenchie's? No. It's going to kill me.
No? me see if this is it. I think this is it. Yeah, this is. Let me make sure before I show y'all. This is it, isn't it? That's it. It's got the outside area.
I believe it is.
It's got the lovely cakes, and I'll show you. There you
It's
go.
on Main Street.
So yeah, it's got.
That's it.
And the food looks like this too. I mean, you got the pies, awesome carrot cake. They have really good desserts. It deserves more than 4 stars. They have a lot of seafood and stuff like that dishes, but it's kind of like a mini cheesecake factory where they have tons of good desserts, and then they have like tacos and steak and burgers and Mexican like taco salads and all kinds of fun stuff there. But that's one of our favorite restaurants we usually hit, especially when we're down there, and we hit the Colombian a lot of times. There you go. There's your phone back. Now you get me hungry, y'all. Talking about food. Hang on, I gotta move the miter saw to get to my scrap
that does
area.
not sound pretty.
What?
So that does not sound pretty.
That's not a pretty sound. That is not a pretty sound. All right, I do have some of these. I don't really want to use those.
He went in there one day. They offered him pie. She said like 3 different kinds, and he said yes. So she brought off all pies. That was a scary day.
I wonder if I have any different stuff. I'm just looking through my scrap, y'all, to see if I have anything that matches that slate color that I can use that would make a good base.
Yes, they do.
I do have a lot of different pieces and parts, everything for almost every color.
Regarding the Cuban.
I could do a different contrasting color, and it would be pretty cool.
I have no idea what you're looking for.
Just kind of looking to see what I have. I do have a, that would look kind of weird. Last time on my desk, I did like a little bit of an inlay kind of color. I think I used all my big stuff. I do have some.
What are you looking for?
Some slate, something to make a base out of.
The size of a cake?
No. Yeah, to make a cake. Yeah, to make a base for the slate cabinets.
But you have to lift those up because those are wall cabinets.
Yeah, they're wall cabinets. I'm going to manipulate into
Make them bases.
Into bases. Into ground cabinets.
We have a shallow hallway, so for the drop zone, we have to create uppers to be.
Just gonna make a little drop zone.
You need something thicker than that.
Little area.
Is that Kodiak or is that slate?
I don't know. I think one of them.
You have to put them in the light to almost see
Yeah, no,
more.
you can't really tell. Yeah, so, and this is a cabinet line that we have. This is slate. Yeah, you gotta get in the light. And then this is a dark brown called Kodiak. And you can kind of see, I mean, one's grayer, one's browner, but in the dark, and then when they're stacked up on each other, you can't really tell what is what until you get it out in the light. Ho do do do. Let's see. I might have found another piece. This is just some leftover shelving material we have from a job. Just a little bit of shelving. Yeah, so I can use that to make my base. I can maybe do some 2x4 around. I don't think I have much. Ooh, I do have some. I have some pressure treated. I have a pressure treated 2x4. I can make a quick base out of. So what I'm going to do is, I think that just needs to be cleaned off. Let me see if that's smut or if that's something I got to be worried about. I do have some spray, and I do have some touch up. I'm almost knocking stuff over. Everything all right? All right, let me walk back over. I need a sink over by my saw, y'all. That way I can, or just maybe every time I come in, maybe put like a water bucket over here. Yeah, it's just smut. Just some schmut. That's smut you get from being in a wood shop. I do have a little corner piece that got nicked right there. I'll have to clean up or fill a little bit later when I get ready to put it in. So yeah, it's just some schmut. And now it doesn't look that bad. So what we're gonna do is I might have enough back too. I might be able to put a back on it. It's not bad, but it's gonna be against the wall. As long as the sides look good and clean, I really don't need to put a back on it. And it kind of has that worn, kind of tufted, kind of leather look, like almost like a Pottery Barn or a Restoration Hardware leather chair type thing. It's got like a worn, tattered look to it. Yeah, I think if we chop this up and utilize it as a base, it wouldn't look bad. Nice little square base to set it on. Not this high. I'm gonna cut it down. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it this high because that'll be just weird. I'll have to figure out if I got enough material because I need 12, 12, and 12. So I'd have to do one out of something unless I made it literally flush. Because I only got one finished edge here. Now I could rip it down, and I didn't really think this through. This is when I'm looking at stuff. It's usually when you're seeing me for the first time, especially on stuff we're doing for ourselves. I'm just now starting to think about it. I don't ponder everything all day, all night long. It's just I got way too much stuff on my plate and things to do than to worry about things that I don't need to worry about all day and all night. And me making a little drop zone area is far from that. So I think, yeah, I'm not going to worry about the backs. I think those are fine. If I have to, I might. I don't think I have any sheets like I did my desk. But again, that's going against the wall. I need to stop being so judgmental of what I'm trying to get done. The only thing I was trying to do is see if I have any slate. It looks like I have two pieces. So if I wanted to do the base, and then I can do it even. So if I do the base even with the front section, and that runs right across the front and just basically extends it. And if I run that sideways and do it that way, you're going to see on some of it the plywood. If I rip this down in half, which you'd see the side, but the ends you would see when it was up like this. On the smaller ones, you wouldn't see it, or on one of them, you wouldn't see it. On the other, you would. But if I shave this down to like 5 or 6 inches, and then on the tops, because that's 1/4 inch, If I just ran some scribe over the plywood lip of that, it would cover it in pretty good. So that's probably what I'll do. I don't want to buy more material. Like I said, I have this material. It's here. It's in the shop. It's ready to go. So I'll just rip the plywood down, utilize the top for one, and then wrap the other in the existing base structure at the same height. One will get the molding, the other one won't. Did we not go live, or we?
No, it's just showing your feet. I don't know why.
Show my feet. We don't. This isn't that site. We don't.
They're asking, do you do a lot of woodworking on live stream? More recently.
Yeah, we don't. I don't usually.
Not really.
We just started really live streaming our. And again, this isn't. I'm just in here kind of screwing off. This isn't for a customer. I don't have a plan for this. I'm just kind of making up as I go. This is just going to have a butcher block top on it that I pieced together out of scrap. I have two of them. One is a 12, and then I have an 18. So this is a walnut piece of butcher block that's going to go on the bigger one. It'll be like that with some overhang, and this will have a base. And this is just like a wall cabinet.
We are working on live streaming more in shop, but we're not just a YouTuber channel. We are a woodworking cabinetry shop first. And so we have real customers and we go to their homes. So
real life scenarios. We don't look for content.
Our customers' houses.
Yeah.
Unless they would be okay with that.
And some people would. But usually we're the monkey in the zoo everybody's staring at. We're the zoo animals. We've had customers turn their chairs around and just watch us and talk to us all day as we're doing something in their homes, which is fine. I have no problem with it. But some people might have an issue with their house and their project and their personal stuff being live streamed. Now, again, we've had some great, fantastic customers. The kind of customers where you're almost sick at the end of the day because you've been laughing so hard about just the comedic value of the conversation. So it's not like some would have an issue. And if some of us want to have them on, we will, absolutely. But we just are a woodworking company that is starting to do
our YouTube channel. Now we do a lot of our projects and we will continue to do more going forward live stream, but our woodworking projects off site, we don't generally do those unless it's an unoccupied home where they said yes. Hopefully that answers your question.
I had a measuring tape somewhere.
You have two there. No.
I want the one I had. All right, let me.
Since you brought it up, let's play Find the Measuring Tape. Are you ready for this? I don't even know if you can see this. Here are 3 in one grab.
Yeah, I don't know.
There are probably
she's just grabbing them and putting them down. So there's 3 there. There's 1 here. I like these a lot. These are awesome. These are stainless steel. Sometimes the head gets bent up a little bit, but they're lightweight. They're great for job sites. You can beat them up. They're mostly used in the granite industry, but what do you do? And there's more. There's tons more laying around the shop. I need like 35 of them. Like I need 35 titanium hammers because it's just not there. If I don't clip it on my belt or my pants, then I got to go looking for it. I'm going to do this at, if I do a 2x4, it'd be easier. And I have some 2x4 I can use, which is exactly 3.5-ish. It's kind of 3.5. It's not a full.
He's asking, do we know how to build homes or just cabinets and small stuff?
Do I know how to do what? Homes?
Do you know how to build homes or just cabinets and small stuff?
Oh my gosh. So I have a large industrial commercial background. used to be an industrial automation engineer, uh, electrical service, high-end electrical service. I know how to build all aspects of a home. I know how to read really technical blueprints. Am I going to go roof a house? No, I would hire a subcontractor to do that. The stuff that I know how to do or know how to inspect the quality of the job, like a GC, we would just hire out. I'm not laying block. I'm not doing foundation work. I'm not doing plumbing. But I have done AC work. I've done big stuff like chill waters. I've done big systems that they freeze water at night and then circulate the ice blowing across the ice honeycomb coils in the daytime. Um, I've done some really cool stuff. Now I do woodworking.
So yes, you know how to build homes and everything that is done with that. Now, does our company? No, we do not. We are licensed in multiple states under multiple things, but our company does not currently do all that. Now, we worked a lot with tiny homes, van conversions. We do a lot of those.
Box truck conversions. Things like that. We do more artsy stuff than we do big stuff, and that's just because we don't really want to. We don't really. It's not something that we really want to do as huge projects. We like the cabinetry. We like the woodworking side of it. We don't really do stuff for craft shows and things like that, but we will. We don't really do art walls, but we will. Well, that's not true. We do a lot of art walls. We do a lot of board and batten, and
that depends what you mean by art wall.
Like board and batten, like design walls. There's
we do feature walls.
Some feature walls on the shorts. I can do another. I can load up a short with some of the things we're talking about. Geometric patterns on the wall of like board and batten of like basically 1.5 by 3/4 board. Just stuff like that. We do a lot of those. And then some will do entertainment centers across with different stuff. And we're getting ready to do a few of those coming up in the future.
Album collection.
Which one?
The album guy, the collection.
Yeah. So like, we'll do built-ins or we'll do rustic kind of stuff every now and again. It depends on what kind of genre they want. We're getting ready if they sign the paperwork, which we hope they do. Really nice couple. That we're going to do a purple entertainment center.
We already did that.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay, well then we are doing it. I didn't know that all the paperwork was finalized. So we're going to be building almost like a royal purple
it's pretty awesome.
Cabinet wall with bookcases above, shaker cabinet doors below, and a corner cabinet with some wood tops. So that'll be pretty neat. I haven't done, and I like doing different things. So I mean, it'll be a different type of stuff on the websites and the social media stuff. But again, we just mostly like doing custom furniture, custom built-ins. We do service calls a lot. We have service call days where we just go around and run around and fix stuff, mostly woodworking related, fix cabinetry, fix hinges, replace hinges, fill holes in granite, fix granite, drill a hole in granite for something. And it's pretty fun. And again, because you get to go out, just like we're doing tomorrow with the quote day, we get to stop and have lunch somewhere. If we get caught out and we're late, we get dinner. We're going to a couple repeat customers tomorrow to look at more projects they have, and they're really great customers. We can't wait. If somehow you're watching, Dan, we'll see you tomorrow. It'll be awesome. Going to see Gus and Win. Gus and Win, two awesome dogs. And I apologize to anybody out there in the world. I will remember your dog's name before I probably remember your name. That's just who I am. That's my character. I prioritize, but I will remember your dog's name probably faster than I remember your name, unfortunately. All right, so we're gonna do 3.5, and if I have to, I might do a little bit of around. And I know tapping it is sometimes not permitted, but I would rather tap in my measurement. I don't usually use the recommended thing on the side here. It is, I mean, I have it dialed in. It's right on there. Corresponds. I'm so used to not using, this is a newer saw. So, the measurement sticker is still nice and fresh and good on it. I'm just used to measuring the blade, because also too, if you have a different blade, sometimes the teeth are bigger. You do have thin blades, you do have thick blades. It just depends on the carbide that's actually on the width of the actual blade. Sometimes they're thicker. And I look at it if I'm cutting to this line or to this line, where it falls on the carbide. And that's all. I'm just used to that. A big old scratch there.
Hey Don, sorry, but you have to go do more yard work.
Yard
Talk
work.
to you soon.
See you later. Yeah, yard work is not my favorite.
I mean, you don't do it.
I don't do it. Yeah, sorry.
I get to mow the grass.
All right, we are going to cut down some strips and make some bases.
Because he's allergic to the earth.
I'm going to do the reach around. Reach arounds are always funner. Put those with the light cuts off. All right, so is my prerogative, and I haven't heard that song in a while. I think I've changed my mind. I'm not going to use the 2x4s because I don't really need to. I have enough material here. I wasn't thinking. I got these as banders. If I have two of these, and all I need to do is the 12. So if I use these on the 12 and I 45 in the corners, I can make a box, use this as the front because it has the veneer on it. I 45 the corners, just color them in with some Sharpie or something. That way the sides will show up here at a quarter depth, and then I don't have to do anything crazy. I can run the scribe around the base just to give it a little bit looking bigger thing. I can install this, that way I have a little bit more meat like I would on the 2x4 on the sides or on the two liners. I think that's what I'm going to do. That'll be a lot easier, a lot more better, not quality, but it'll come together a little bit better. And all I have to use is finished wood. That makes me happier. I came up with that as I was cutting the other one, or the stuff I was just cutting. Oof. Sorry, I had to move my 2x4. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll let Holly talk to you a little bit.
Oh, goody. So if you're just joining us, make sure that you say hello. Tomorrow we're going to be going out on a quote day, so we'll kind of take you guys along for the ride. We're going to be going in the more Charlotte greater area of North Carolina, so we'll show some of the sites of that area, what we kind of do on a quote day. We're also going to be putting out a short for our customer or subscriber appreciation. It will run for about a week, and all that information will be put out tomorrow. So just make sure that you watch that, and if you're interested in receiving the wood mallet that we made, make sure you follow that. Today we're working on things for primarily the house and some wrap-up projects. Goodness, things that we've been trying to do over the last year and a half. And we're kind of making some drop zones for the doorway for the dog area, for like there's leashes, food, etc., and then just the drop zone for keys and whatnot that you kind of come in. So if you see him running around like a chicken with his head cut off, that's because he's kind of making up like
Hello.
As he goes.
I'm still not back yet. I'm still grabbing me a drink and getting me a little snack. So.
No, I was just saying that you basically, if you look like you're just making it up as you go, it's because you are.
Yeah, you ain't got to be so serious. Nothing has to be so serious. This is not planned out. I'm just creating something that we had extra material, and I'm just trying to, one, get it out of the shop. I could hang it on the wall for cabinetry, but we have some stuff coming probably pretty soon that we're going to hang on the wall for cabinetry. This is nice looking stuff. I can put it in our entrance ways at the house to make little drop zones. Make some content, get some stuff out of the shop, hang out with y'all. And again, one thing you'll find out by watching me is I am not a serious person. Not all the time. When I get hot, I am. But if you can't laugh at yourself and talk through something and then change your mind halfway through it and find a better way, I don't know. But that's what this station's all about. It's realistic. It's real life. I'm your host, Realistic. But just, it's a journey. It's fun. It's our everyday life. We just thought we'd put it on TV because people kept telling us for 20 years that we should do it. And some, we valued our privacy. Other times we didn't have time. We thought about it multiple times of actually getting on line. We'd probably be like Mr. Beast by now if we would have got on when it was in its infancy. But we just never thought really we wanted to do it. We were too busy enjoying our lives, traveling, building stuff, and working our butts off. Sometimes one or two jobs, or 2 jobs in a hobby, or kind of whatever. School. Yeah. I mean, she has far more degrees than I do, but we both have degrees, and we don't use it. We make stuff out of wood. You know, you don't even have a high school diploma to do that. But we do it. And we're far more happier doing what we like to do, me more than her. But, you know, we just kind of do what we think is fun and exciting. And again, a lot of times we round the day or the schedule to even do stuff that we want to do. and the time frames we want to do. Sometimes we start work a little bit later that we miss all the school traffic and the commute traffic, and we'll if we don't have a long day, we'll show up at somebody's house at 10 o'clock, install something, and then leave out by 2 or 3 and miss both traffics. So, being your own boss really helps. And I'm preaching.
Building stuff is fun.
Building stuff is fun. Stepping back and saying I did that is pretty cool. So, no matter what you do, no matter if you're making necklaces or wood bowls or you're fishing or whatever, just the enjoy of a small accomplishment.
But for you, this is, if you had to go to work, this is what you would do.
Yeah, if I'd work for somebody, I'd work in a shop doing something.
So you would do exactly this.
I would do it. Yeah, if somebody was paying me to do a job, I would do this.
We are in the southeast regions. We are in the upstate South Carolina, North Carolina region, and then we have a shop in Florida as well. But we do work in the southeast United States. So primarily Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Tennessee. But he will go anywhere you pay him to go. We will go. The company will go anywhere you pay us to go.
I'll go to Maine, Vermont to install a kitchen. I don't really care.
I prefer to go there, not in the cold winter.
Yeah.
Just like Alaska. I will go there, but I would prefer to go there not in the heart of winter.
If you're paying, I'll go to Europe. I don't really care. They have more festool over there. But definitely, yeah, we'll have a job, we'll travel. Now, the compensation must outweigh the time away. But even if it's somewhere we haven't been that's a state away, if we can fit it into the budget and use a little bit of it as a vacation and go do the job and then see some stuff, and it's what usually we try to do. Makes life interesting.
What area are you located in?
I got my mouth full, so she's talking. Talking and typing.
Well, one of us has to know how to type.
I type like a T-Rex.
And then you voice the text. Okay.
Then I sound drunk.
He's in India.
India? That's awesome. I'm glad you found us.
Thanks for logging in, and appreciate you following us and having the conversation today. You don't have any typing skills. You.
Me?
So you don't have any typing skills.
I don't have any typing skills.
If you texted, what is it? Talk to text, it sounds phonetic.
Yeah, they would kick me out of the steno pool, man. I am not a pretty receptionist or a typist, and I type like this, kind of like a T-Rex, I call it. That's my typing skills.
Build almost anything.
I can build or fix almost anything. We like classic cars. We work on them. We drive them. We love them. We trade for stuff.
But heaven forbid you compose an email.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. It's just not my thing. I gotta let you take some of the thunder, I don't. I never claimed to be a author or a scholar or a I don't know. Who knows?
You can be an author. You just have to have somebody else write it up.
Yeah, I have a ghostwriter. Anybody want to ghostwrite me? I make up at least 1 or 2 stories a day as I'm doing stuff.
It's more like talking to yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, I tell myself stories if nobody's talking to me or if I'm not doing anything. I don't really have any vices, but I have a very idle hand type thing. I prefer to be doing something. Um, I get bored really easy, so I just like to do stuff. Now when there's leisure time, I can sit in a chair for 12 to 15 hours if nothing's expected and it's rainy or things are awash or maybe
It's
just had
above 85.
what was that?
It's above 85
Above
degrees.
85. I can take a nap like nobody's business. All right. I can do something. I'm gonna wheel you around over here, get you a wider shot, and you kind of see what I'm. Oh, trash can or thing there. Got the whole kind of experience right there. So, still got about 5 or 6 feet, maybe 8 feet back towards the end of the shop. This should be a solid 12 by 12. Pretty easy to do. Grab one of these. I kind of pan it to where I can stick me on the miter saw too. Mm-hmm.
Now it's rolling downhill. I'm gonna have to move it back a little bit. It's rolling downhill. There you are.
Yeah, sometimes the ghost moves the camera. I don't know why. All right. Hang on, the vacuum has to shut off.
So I didn't have everything you said, but and I'm not sure what the question was. It's something about, do you have knowledge of internal combustion engines? I didn't hear anything you said, so I wasn't sure.
Me or them?
Do you have experience with that? I don't.
Yeah, I'm not really good at small engines. I'm not the greatest. Like a 2-cycle stuff, but like car engines, classic cars, usually what I like to do. I mean, I can tear apart an engine and repair it or rebuild it. I've done a few in my time, but I don't do a whole lot. My brother's right now, he's putting a Viper engine, a 10-cylinder, in a 50 Dodge truck, which will be sometime completed between now and the end of time. If you're out there listening, burned you. Burned you. But yeah, sorry, Holly's about ready to die. But yeah, so I actually complete project, and I've had running projects, multiple running projects. He has not. He keeps getting cars, and then has grand schemes and puts big gigantic motors into them, and then that's as far as he gets. I can't wait to see it when it's done. But burned you. So, hey, if you can't rag on your siblings, who can you rag on, right?
Oh.
So much fun. Nobody's safe. I put my laser on. You all right? Catch you off guard there?
I'm fine.
All right. Nope, nobody's safe. Everybody gets it.
Is that for the kick?
Yeah, this is the base sides. But you gotta be careful on how you cut it because you're trying to keep the face right, but you'll have tear out. You can tape that off, but it's going to be inside on the bottom of the base, so I don't really care. And I'm probably going to put a kicker in the corners anyway to make it sturdier. Not that I mean these are going to be small little pieces of furniture, but I'll put like maybe a square block in that way. It's a little bit more rigid. Maybe I don't know. I don't have to. Again, it's not for a customer. It's just for us. So I'm going to keep the leashes and the dog treats by the door. River's got a new video out, y'all. Go check it out. It's a short. I can't remember what music we put it to. I think we put it to the paparazzi song just because he looks like he's have
And
a
River
joke of
is
maybe
who?
they were maybe taking a picture of him paparazzi style.
River is who?
River's the dog. He's almost in every video I try to, or I can put him in. Problem is, all he wants to do is work for food, and he can't really hold a drill. So, but he's a good boy. Very photogenic. English lab. He's got a big old block head, and tons of personality
Both
and
say
phobias.
that. Phobias. He has so much phobias. He just has personality.
I think he sees dead people, or the missing universe, or the fifth dimension. I don't know what that dog sees, but he's different. So what we're doing is we're basically going to put it like that. I'm going to put the ones I don't need the top on in the front. That way I don't have to worry about it. Piece of cake. Keep talking. I'm just working. Don't mind the man behind the curtain.
I was just asking what they do for a job.
Yeah, let us know. We like to talk to other people and find out what they do. And I'm like 80% sure this is a 12. Let me make sure. Maybe 90. Nah, 95. 95% sure this is a 12. Yep, it's 12. Is it truly 12? Yeah, like truly 12? It is. So we're good. So I'm truly a little bit over 12. I'm going to go right between my mark. So that is not right. I got to change it over here. There we go. This has the laser, which is nice. So, and again, nobody's perfect, but there you go. Right there. That's the tape measure too. This tape measure has a bend on it, but it is a 16th off. So you can always recut it, shave it down just a little bit. I'd rather be a little bit longer and have to shave it down than to come up short. Nobody likes to be short. Measuring tape sucks. Yeah, I mean it's a smidge over 12. That doesn't matter. So the base, I'm gonna color this with Sharpie, but the base will just go together like that. I'll color this edge, but this should be under the lip of the door for one, but it'll cover all that going back to this point, and then you'll see a little bit of this side showing, which will be fine. And anything exposed, I'll kind of color, or makes a joint, I'll kind of color, and then I'll just make maybe a piece in here, a cross piece here and a cross piece there, and then put a little bit of filler in. That way they'll be nice little bases. I'll go ahead and cut the other base out first at 18 to 12s. Yeah, 18 to 12s. And then we can kind of put those together once I got all of it kind of cut and manipulated. Yeah, this one, and I probably need, that's enough. I didn't have to rip all of that down, but I did. It would have went in the trash. We usually keep those for some fillers or who knows what that we need. Put that right there. That's the holder for the microphones. All right, let me cut this real quick at 18, and then we'll cut the other two sides. The vacuum has a delay on it, and it's louder than the Festool extractors. It's just a DeWalt shot vac.
I was just asking them what they had done. So, like, because they were asking us what you had done in the past. They drove a cabinet for a decade, drove a mining worry for a few years, did a whole lot of retail trade. I just said I'm sure they have a lot of stories.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we have very unusual stories. Like, we could start telling stories, and that's something we'll probably do on some live drives too, just to kind of fill in the time. But yeah, we've met some interesting people, had some interesting stuff happen, and yeah, and we like hearing other people's stories too. It's fun and exciting. You know, some of the old cop stories and some of the factory worker stories, and if you've been in the trades at all, you run across some, let's just call them interesting and colorful folks. They are yeah, you can see me a little bit, definitely different. I've had everything from worked for an electrical company doing electrical commercial industrial service, and some of the guys on the install crew or whatever, they would call in and say they can't come to work today. And then you wouldn't hear from somebody for like 2 or 3 days. And they finally come in, and the boss or the foreman would be like, "Why didn't you call in?" And literally the excuse would be, well, I didn't have the number. Yeah, it's on the back of your shirt and on your truck. So, I mean, you just hear weird and unusual stories like that, and it's definitely entertaining at best to the way I guess some people think, or their the way they run their lives and what kind of stuff happens to them. I actually worked with a real life, I won't say his name, real life Homer Simpson. I mean, if things could happen to this guy, they would. And he was not the smartest person in the bunch. And then he married somebody that was not even as quarter smart as he was. So they were an interesting pair, and they always had something new and exciting happen to them. Kind of like why that happened to me. Yeah, you just knew there was a story every day from him because there was something going on. But the good thing is he knew it. He knew that he was troublesome and bound to have issues. So he embraced it. Take 16th off of that. 16th off of that. Bellissimo. All right. Now we're on to the two sides. I'll do it the smarter way where I don't have to reposition my saw as much if I just cut them what I need cut. What's going on? Nothing?
No, he said he's a lot of stories. I'm sure a lot of other jobs. He did a lot of other odd jobs, too many to list. Ran into a local gaming house for a while. Ran into money, made a little too much and lost it. Spent a good 2 years healing, a lot of introspection. Spent most of his life as a blue collar and can shovel sand all day, but I like sales, building connections. You like a mix of both.
Yeah. Money comes and goes. If I had all the money everybody promised me in my life and jobs, and I'm gonna pay you to do that, or we'd be rich. I mean, like super rich. But I've always, and so has she, been kind of leery about promises. We've seen them unfulfilled and not come true, and I always think if some dude's making me an offer I can't refuse, he wants to sleep with me. So I just don't go there. Again, if it's too good, it never pans out. So you just take it as you get it, enjoy your life, and then also too, what sucks is when you don't have work to do and money coming in, you're so worried about the next dollar coming in, you're not taking the time to enjoy your life. You're always panicking about that versus taking the time off and enjoying yourself a little bit. So that kind of sucks. All right. I always make a bad joke. Somebody's not annoying me, but if somebody asks me a question, I just usually go like this and go, let's see what the bones say. just one of those funny things from Willow, I think. Uh, but it's not really meant to be sarcastic. It's just meant to be funny in my own mind. But it's usually not at the best time. And again, if you're new, I speak in movie puns usually, sarcasm, innuendos, and everything in between. When I get done with these, we'll go ahead and start cutting the back supports and all that for them. Get them done. Eventually, I'm going to put a light above my miter station. That way I can actually see what I'm doing. And sometimes just a dark material and the pencils are light. Sometimes it's easier to come over here with your nice pocket knife and make a little indention on them. That way you can actually see that indention in a dark material where you want to cut. Sometimes that's easier for me. As you get older, it's easier. But now, I don't know if you can see that, you can actually make it out from a greater distance on where you need to cut. And also that laser will kind of fall right in that gully, and you can kind of see it. You can almost edge the blade right up to it. Yeah, it works really well. It's a lot easier to reference than a pencil mark. All right, that is what I need for both of these. Now I'm going to do some cross sections. Make my bases. Y'all can stay over there. You got a nice wide view of the shop. Maybe I need to turn you a little bit. I'll turn you a little bit. After I get these cut down real quick, give me a minute, and I will turn you all towards the fun and excitingness. I just got to take a quick measurement. You can kind of see me off in the distance there. So we're going to -2. Let me get that right up to where I want. And that's going to be 18. So we're going to minus 18 and 5/8. 18 and 5/8. That's going to be 16 and 5/8. So we are going to do a 16 and 5/8. 2 16 and 5/8. Out of this. And out of this. All right, that is one solid piece there. I'm going to do 2. And then out of this, 1. So I just went past the 2. That way I'm not I went to the 2 on the mark. That way I can see it. So this is right at 12 and 5/8. So -2 would be 10 and 5/8. So that's what I'm doing there. I'm going to grab this. Do 10 5/8 times 2. And the same thing with this one. All right, let's go cut that down. That way I can get my spacing right. And then I have filler and stuff like that, but that all the fillers are in the van, so I won't really be able to do the fillers right this second. All right. So what you can do?
Ooh, there's a spider crawling right by my face.
What was that?
There is a spider crawling right by my face.
I see him. You just cut him. Now he's on your pants. Run! All right. So what I usually do is I put a block like this. I have a gauge that slides too, but it's too small of an area, so I don't really have that. So I just kind of clamp a block onto my actual piece. Good way to check it is you can mark it. So if I know I'm doing 10 and 5/8, I can do 10 and 5/8 with a mark. Put this up against it, come down with my blade, and then I can readjust it. That way I hit my mark. Right. Run back over here. Perfect. All right, so I'll do 4 cuts of that, 2 of the small, or maybe even 3 of the small. I'll do 3 small and 3 big. All right. All right, there's all of that. So now I got all my pieces cut for my small base, and I'm working on the cuts for my big base. Same thing goes. You can take this over here. You can measure out what I say,
16 and 5/8.
16 and 5/8. And these will only be 2, so I won't put as much. This is the bigger base, but I mean, it's not very big. It ain't really going to need it considerably. I'm not going to be able to use that block here. Oh. So I won't worry about that. I will just cut me one. All right. I usually just even them up with my finger and then kind of push them over and align them. There we go. There's this. Put that in. All right. Alrighty, I got that. I'll move you back over. I think I'm done with the miter saw. Unless I got to cut like a block or something like that. Kind of like front door and the big door is there. We got all of this job stuff and everything we're going to get out of here soon with the paint racks. We have a table set up on horses. That way we can cut sheet goods down, and these countertops that are right here for a job coming up in September or early October. Don't know when it's going to be in. Depends on when the cabinets come in. And then yes, it is. It's imperial or inches, metric, whatever. Fractions, all kinds of fun stuff. I wish we would have really adopted a metric system. I think we use decimal points here, and then we use fractions, and then half the stuff that we get is from overseas, so it's metric anyway. It's a nightmare. I mean, it's just not fun stuff to deal with. I wish it was one universal style thing. So I do have a piece left over. If I want to beef up the bigger one, I can. If I don't want to beef up the little one as much, I won't. Make sure I got enough staples in my wonderful 23 gauge nail gun. That's all you really need. And I'll show you how strong that thing is in just a minute. I need to find a Sharpie real quick. That way I can color some of these. No, I have an ink pen. I have an ink pen. I do have a Sharpie. I got big Sharpies. I do have some big Sharpies. And I have a stain pen too. This is slate, so I'm just going to use a black coloring pen, coloring marker, or whatever you want to call it. See how this thing has any? Ooh, it has a lot of ink in it. Cool. Sometimes these things stink really bad, but I try to go a little bit overhang on the lip, and then try to kind of wipe off. These things kind of smell like cherry or something like that half the time. They're not bad. And the same thing on the back side too, just in case you got a little bit of something showing. Sometimes I'll coat the whole thing, kind of like that. This I'm not really worried about because that's going to be on the inside. And if you want to, you can coat your whole. The actual marker's starting to come apart. Some of these are old and they've been in the truck too, so that's probably why this one's deteriorated so bad. But sometimes I'll spend a little bit of time kind of coloring them. This one's all falling apart. We'll use it up though. Until I can't use it anymore, then I'll just use the Sharpie. Sometimes I'll do the bottom too, just enough. That way you don't see any fraying or any color transfer, the lighter color kind of coming through the plywood. You never know what you're going to have. Yeah, this thing's toast. It just basically fell apart on me. So I'll use it up, use as much of it as I can. I do have some better stuff in the van. I actually have some grays. We usually go to Hobby Lobby and get some of their colored Sharpies, I guess you'd call them. They're not really Sharpies, but they are kind of permanent markers. They have like a dual side. One has a nice Sharpie side. The other one has a tip like a paint brush. And I've shown it a few times on the station, but they're really good. This thing's trash. It actually works pretty good. It had a lot of ink in it, but it's toast. Can't color with it. Yeah, so that thing has a tip like a Sharpie, and then on the other side it has a really thin, rounded paintbrush type piece that really comes in handy. The bigger ones work good on these bigger things if I'm coloring something in. And again, it's just I don't need to use the black, but the black next to floors or anything like that it's pretty good. It's not too bad. How we looking on time?
Huh?
How we looking on time?
Like, what time is it, or how long have we been on? As in, like, what time is it, or how long have we been on?
Yes, both.
It's 3:42, and we've been on.
Wow, it's 3:42. Holy moly, time flies. Guess that's the bad thing about getting older. Time
We've been on at least a couple hours.
Yeah. I think we came on at like 11 or 12. Maybe it was closer to 12.
More like 1, but sure.
Yeah. I think it was sometime
Again,
around.
in your concept of time.
Yeah. But we might leave out here pretty soon. I don't know. Whatever she wants to do. I don't have to finish this project today. I got pretty far. At least I got the bases cut. That's all really I'm doing. I got the tops glued together for this job, this butcher block walnut that we're going to put on it. And then, again, we're just kind of screwing around today in the shop. It's our down day. It's our just in case day that we didn't get to finish the jobs that we were doing this week out in the field. If we wouldn't have finished, we would have taken this day to go back out to something, or especially if it was something during the week. That way we don't shift everybody in the week. We'll just say, hey, we got to order parts or whatever, and then give us enough time to get something in, especially if it's like an order online or it's an order from a distributor. You don't want to say, I'll be out here tomorrow, and then something doesn't come in. So usually if we do a job Monday or Tuesday and we're waiting on a part, say that's relatively available, that's going to be in Monday, or we know we can get it in, since we found it Monday, we order it while we're on site or something, and it might not be in until Tuesday. It'll usually be a, hey, we'll be back out there Thursday or Friday, depending on when our down day is. That way, we're not promising something we can't fulfill, because last thing you want to do on somebody is call them up and say, hey, yeah, that's not ready yet. We're not going to have that done. That's not ready. Whatever. Didn't come in. We'd rather give ourselves some time to get it in. And then also, too, if it's an Amazon or order online, usually you can get that the same day and then say, hey, that will, we can get that part in or whatever that we're doing, but it ain't going to be in until the following week or whatever. And then that'll fall into the down day that we have allotted out for the next week. But it's good to space it out a little bit, have yourself a down day. We work 6 to 7 days a week sometimes. Now, again, we do take our time off and we do enjoy ourselves, and we do, if we can come in later or go somewhere during the week or have a quote day like we're going to do tomorrow, we will just kind of enjoy our day. Our quote day is our day out. We get to see customers and do stuff, but we'll also go out to a nice lunch. Maybe sometimes we'll hit breakfast. We'll go to a store. We gotta go swing by a mall and go to the Apple store tomorrow. Look at some earbuds options. Mine are kind of toast. I think we might be able to do kind of an exchange on them to get a little credit. If we could do that, we will.
We don't even know what they're going to do.
I don't know. I don't know what date it is, let alone I just know quote days tomorrow.
Do you even know what day it is tomorrow?
Nope.
You want to take a wild guess?
I think it's the weekend.
Yes. That's better than normal.
Yeah.
And you know the month is?
No.
August.
I know it's summer. And that's about where it stops.
Although today is much better than the weather we have been having for a while.
Yeah, it was actually cool out this morning. It was kind of nice. Had a nice cool breeze. But yeah, we don't. I don't pay attention. Every day's a work day. Every day's a new adventure. I don't watch politics. I don't watch the news. None of it. None of it.
You're too busy doing that.
Yep, I'm too busy doing this. That is a little long. I need to shave like nothing off of this. So I'm gonna put that by the head.
Measurements for what you're building?
Yeah, that's trash now. Cause I got it. It's good.
Are you sure? Because as soon as I throw this away, you're going to say,
Nope.
you're going to dig it back out of the trash.
Nope.
You're digging this back out of the trash if I throw it away.
Nope. Ain't gonna need it. Ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. Yeah, we won't worry about that. That's not a big deal. I'll put a little bit of glue on this just because I can manipulate it, but I'm not going to be taking this apart. This is not going to be...
He said he doesn't care too much for dates either.
What was that?
They were saying that they don't care that much for dates either. Dates. I'm that kind of guy. Just don't care too much for dates.
Nope. I don't. Not one bit.
I just tell you where to go and you show up.
That's it right there. I just need to know if there's food or not.
Say again?
I just need to know if they have food or not. Yeah. So know the food situation before I'm on the way. And I have some filler for this. Not here, it's in the truck. So I'm not really worried about it. I will do that at a later date. Probably when it's at the house, I'll just go out to the van and get it. We just drove a car in today because again, we're not doing much. We had to go do a few things before we got in. We were going to be here earlier. We did quotes in the morning. We had to go by the bank, and then we had to go by the paint company. What's that? Spectrum
Paint.
Spectrum. I didn't really even talk about this today. So part of being a woodworker is actually determining
Playing Picasso.
So what we do is we have a couple good paint companies around here, and they like the challenge. So this is a piece of maple in case I got to use it. I believe the old stuff was maple. I sanded it down in case they want to put it on there. But they kind of played Picasso and got a color that was close enough to be, there it is right there. So that looks super close. That is what we'll go with. We already got it. But look at what they did. I mean, they spent their time, instead of us spending it in the shop trying to match a 30-year-old piece of maple for the church pews project. They did it for us. So they were happy to do it. They like to do it. It's fun to them. We drop it off, and they do that for us. And that's what I'm saying. You don't have to do everything. You can always outsource stuff. Somebody said something. I didn't see what the last thing was before I walked away from the...
I haven't seen anything new. I'll go look.
Oh, nothing? Okay. Maybe I was delusional and seeing things.
They also do paint matches too, not just stain. When we brought the door in, and they paint match that as well.
Yep, which is good. I mean, again, we don't have to do all that. We just drop it off to them. Like I said, the guys have fun doing it. So I'd rather them have fun than me have fun, because that's a headache. And we don't really color match. We don't have a huge paint facility, so we don't really color match stuff in-house. We just rely on the other people to do it for us.
Okay. He was saying he doesn't watch the news, and I'm not political either. In fact, I discovered that if I don't watch the news, I can do a good job and I live a lot happier life.
Oh, absolutely. It's all the same. It doesn't matter what party you vote for. They're all the same. It's the same monster. It's just in a different wrapping. So yeah, don't get yourself all tied up in that monster. They're us and there's them.
Kind of live your best life.
Yeah, live your life. Don't worry about what they're what hand is in the cookie jar that day. You'll go crazy. It'll drive you nuts. I have a very anarchist, pump up the volume type authority trigger, not trigger, but view. And
No, you have a very, I don't want to talk about Fight Club because we don't talk about Fight Club.
yeah, I don't want to talk about it. And let me tell you, customers always want to talk about Fight Club. And again, it's not something that we really care about. There's nothing I can do about it. I can work on changing it, but I guarantee if I worked on changing it, I would be a hell of a lot more unhappy. And that's not. We only got a short time. What Eddie Murphy said, you only got 75 Christmases if you're lucky, and you have to live by that. Eddie Murphy wasn't lying, man. You only got 75 Christmases. Try not to nail your hand. You'll see me kind of reach around and move my hand around from place to place because it has happened. And these little 23 gauge nails are the best. They really work well. All I got to do is run a little bit of filler on here when I have it in my hand. I don't have it right this second. But let me shave just a slight hair off of this. That way it kind of fits in there.
What do you need?
You to talk while I'm cutting something?
Okay. It's hard to talk over that.
But again, I hope we're somewhat entertaining. I hope people like being in here. Like and subscribe.
Share. We're going to be doing a appreciation giveaway on the short tomorrow. I'm going to be open for about a week. He was saying he listens to American music to brighten up your day. No, you're a big music and movie buff, and you love all kinds of genres of music. That's different. That's creative outlet.
Yeah, that's I just don't subscribe to craziness and propaganda. You can be talented and Staples. I'll watch you, but people don't understand is politics was never meant to be a TV show and a sitcom, and rooting for your favorite team type of thing. It was just wasn't meant that way. We turned it into a popularity contest and an entertainment.
What type of music, American music, do you like the most? Any groups?
Me? Them.
Groups, bands.
I can do another one here. Yeah, we like a lot of different. As you can see from the shorts, if you watch the shorts, you'll see there's a lot of movie references. Shorts. There's a lot of all different kinds of music shorts. We like it all here. Whoops. Let the miter saw up a little too fast. I'll show you what this base looks like on, and then kind of go from there to build the second one. I have no idea how we're doing on time. I have to go because we're going to stop by and get some barbecue tonight. And anytime I'm allowed to stop and get barbecue, we do. Or I do. So, there's that. But again, we're kind of semi-customizing pre-built cabinetry. And you won't really see these holes once it's all in, and it's going to be on the ground anyway. It's going to be a base. You don't see it. So, you can see that this just sits right on top. And it goes kind of right to the corner. And if it's a little over, it's a little over. It's a little under, it's a little under. It don't really matter. I can screw it in. It'll set up against there. There you go. A finished look. It's a nice baseboard. And like I said, if you want to, you can always take a piece of scribe and put it there if you want. Not as refined flat lip because the dust. You can put an arched lip on it. Yeah, that's it right there. It's a. I don't know if that helps the light. We're going to be doing better lighting in here.
So that's taking a wall cabinet and making it
a base cabinet.
A base cabinet.
Yep.
That way it's shallow and you can put it in an area.
It's just going to be up against the wall like an entrance level. Then we have a walnut butcher block top to kind of go on it. But literally, that was old shelf material, 12-inch deep, like shelves you would do, floating shelves or exposed shelves or something like that. So, and that's just that easy. I mean, that's your base. You color the sides, that way you can't see anything. If you got over, and like I said, you can use the wood putty when you got it. I don't have any with me here. I'll probably have it on Sunday. I'll finish these out. And that'll be pretty easy, like I said. Do the same thing here and just run those. I do have an extra piece in case I want to add a little bit more to it. But yeah, that's it. It's just going to be kind of a little standalone piece of furniture that, kind of sits on there. And then it opens up. It's got its shelves and you can put stuff in it. We'll put a knob on it or something.
Do we have any more knobs?
Yeah, I got some black ones. I think some black rectangle ones somewhere. It might be in the van too. And then I got some round ones. I got some what's it called? Satin, like brushed nickel, satin kind of knobs. And I have some like 4-inch poles. But I don't like poles on that. So I would put a pole on there, but the pole we have are just like a U. They don't have like a protrusion pass. I might have some, but I like to be able to hang like a Publix bag or Walmart bag or whatever kind of store you have. That way, in case you want to put something down or have the little dog bag things here or treats or whatever, you can actually hang something on. A knob, you can do kind of the same thing, but it's not as bad. I don't really see.
Those are all great singers.
What? Hello.
No, he was just talking about different singers. Sarah McLachlan, Gwen Stefani.
Oh, I like Gwen. Gwen's good. I like Eve. Eve and Gwen Stefani did a song I really like. I like Eve. I like Missy Elliott. And again, you'll see a lot of the music we like on our shorts. Some are movies. Some are made for movies. Some are even on TV shows and stuff like that. It just kind of depends. We have fun with kind of matching the short up with the music, and then either we're walking through or something hits or whatever. That's all the fun in it. Hope people like that too, because we try to pick the right music for the right thing. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock. Wow. I don't know how many people were in here, what everybody's doing.
That was what I just read.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, we're
So we're going to be wrapping up pretty quickly.
Yep, we're gonna wrap up and get out of here for the day.
Been up since 4 a.m. It's now 4 p.m. At least me. And
Me no.
We'll be doing a short tomorrow. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, share. We're going to be doing a short. It's going to be open for about a week. It's going to be just an appreciation after we had hit the 500 mark for the channel. We're going to be back on live tomorrow and on Sunday.
Yep, all day Sunday. And if we haven't said thank you for joining in, thank you for commenting, thank you for being a part of the realistic world. No pun intended. But yeah, just we try to keep it real, try to keep it fun. It's lighthearted. It's woodworking, y'all. It's not brain surgery. Nobody's life hangs in the balance due to woodworking. But we try to be entertaining. We just kind of have fun and talk through stuff. Again, this wasn't a busy day. We weren't cutting 30 sheets of plywood and trying to get a job done or out. That will be later on in the week. And then going forward, we have probably 3, 4, 4 or 5 custom jobs coming up pretty soon. And those will be pretty fun to do. A couple pantry units that we're doing that have pullouts and some other things that are pretty cool that we're going to be doing. And then a couple custom kitchens and things later on towards the end of the year. And who else knows what's going to fall in there? Again, we are a full wood shop. We do custom work, and we just have fun doing it. You never know what we're going to get into. We don't even know from half the time, but it's just kind of showing y'all what we do every day. Also, too, letting our family kind of tag along and our friends. We haven't said hi to you lately. Hi. But yeah, we have cool tools, fun things, neat new adventures all the time. We'll review stuff, everything from tools to knives to we'll talk about food or show dogs or state parks, classic cars. Again, you never know what we're going to get into, but if you've made it this far, like, subscribe, hit that like notification at the top, send us some hearts, send us some thumbs up, kind of like whatever. The people that joined in from overseas, hey, that was awesome. We had a couple people this year or this episode for kind of like overseas, India, some in the UK, I think maybe Australia one time. But yeah, so again, fun stuff ahead. We're only getting started. We started doing it we just started posting in February. We did the shop tour like February 1st. Was it February 1st? Yeah, February 1st. And we try to put 3 to 10 videos out each day. And we could film a lot more. We just don't because we don't want it consuming all of our time. We have to get some things done. Sometimes it's faster to do it off camera. And then sometimes I'll just put the camera in the back and push record. And then if I can use the footage, I do. But check it out. We do longer videos. We're starting to do more lives. And we do a ton of shorts that kind of show our personality and just jobs that we have done and future jobs to come. So we'll see you next time. Again, thank you. If I didn't say hello to you, thank you for coming in. And we'll see you next time. Say goodbye. All right, we are out.